Welcome to Part 2 Character Modeling. In this tutorial, we're building the body of our character in Maya. We'll model the torso, legs, and hands, and then attach the head so everything becomes one clean mesh. So first I need to measure the character roughly, and I'm going to drop a cube and transform it to around 18 units high. And that way it'll be around 180 centimeters, depending on what units you're going to use or what measurement you're going to use. But anyways, I do 18, and then I can change that later. Okay, this looks good. So first what I need is a cube, and I'm just going to drop one here. I'm going to come up, and I just want to do is torso, nothing else. I just want to match this cube to the torso here. I want to keep this in pretty low resolution, so maybe I'll just add a couple of divisions. And I'm just going to tweak the sides here. And now I'm just going to take away these lines here. I don't need them. I just want to block this out, so I just want very minimal typology. And I've got my symmetry on here. Just going to select this and pull it in just to create some dimension in the torso, and just tweak these points in to match the reference. Okay, now I'm just going to straighten these lines here, these polygons, and I'm just going to bring this in, bring these points in, and match it more to the drawing, the reference. It's a little bit off here. Bring this in, great, and just block it in. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just to get the dimension. It's a little bit closer. Okay, now we need to bring up the neck here. Just block the neck in. I'm going to grab this face and extrude it up. Delete the face and just move this over, bring it down. And I'm just turning on smooth mesh. I just want to see how it looks smooth. Just going to adjust some points to line it up even more with the reference. Okay, let's do the arms. I'm going to extrude out here. Just one segment I need right at the elbows here. And then I'll extrude out again to the wrists. And let me just straighten this out and then extrude. And just come to the wrist and make it a bit smaller. Okay. And bring the neck in. Now let's do the legs. Just going to extrude down and straighten this out here. Just one segment at the knee and bring it in. Move it back slightly. Straighten these out, straighten these points out here. And extrude down. Just to the ankle, just above the ankle. We'll do the feet later. Just going to delete some of these faces here and straighten this out. Just going to move these back so they're in line with the drawing. Just going to block more of the neck in here. So just tweaking the mesh in smooth preview here. This will help smooth these elbows back slightly. Okay, let's add some more segments now and start getting the model to be a little bit more specific. So I'm just going to add some segments. And I'm just going to tweak some of these points here so they're in line with the reference. So just adding a bit of resolution now to get it even closer to the reference. Just moving to the arms, just blocking out the arms a bit here. Okay, let's do the side now. I'm just going to tweak these points back slightly, make them line up with the drawing. Just going to rename this as my reference before I subdivide it. But okay, so I've got my reference and I hit it, and now I just subdivided, and I can even tweak the points now more to get it closer to the reference. It's looking closer for sure now. Let's move this knee. So this is, what I want to do now is I just want the shape of the body. I don't want the armor. That will be his outfit or his clothing. I'm going to be mostly, his armor will not be rigged. I want it just to be parented to the rig. So I think I just want to start with the body first, and then I'll create the armor, create the clothing after. So I don't want to go I just go to the line here. I don't want to go too far from the reference, but just about to the line. I'm just tweaking these points here to just fix the dimensions here sometimes. It just needs a little tweaking, so I'm just tweaking here. Add a little volume to the butt area. I'll have to fix some of those points later. Just creating an edge flow here. I'm just going to tweak some of the points here around his chest area because it's a little, needs some volume. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to tweak around the silhouette here and just fix some of these points. And fix some of the arm here. Just tweaking some of the points. Get a more specific silhouette. And this is where the armor will sit, so I do want to come a little bit lower to make room for the armor. Okay, so I think I'd like to change this loop here, so I'm just going to delete these segments here and change the loop here so it's a little bit higher. I'm just going to delete these segments and these segments, and then I have to add a loop. So I'm just going to go into my insert loop tool and create a loop there and one right here. Okay, then I can just connect these two. I just go to the multi-cut tool and connect them. Okay, same thing for this side, and now I have a better edge flow here. Still not perfect, but I think we can, just deleting these extra points. Good. And I can tweak this later. This is pretty good, but not perfect. But good enough. Okay, I'm just gonna straighten this up here and work a little bit on this area. Just grabbing the shape a little bit better and, you know, getting that little indent there is important. So I'm bringing these points out, and there you see more of an indent. And once I subdivide, we can fix that later, but this is good blocking for right now. I think we'll match the reference a lot better. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Not perfect, but yeah, needs a bit of tweaking, but we can come back to it. This is good enough. Still, the arms need some work, but we'll come back to the arms later. Let's just block out the shoes here, the feet. Just gonna quickly block these shoes out by creating a cube and extruding out from it. Let's bring these points up a little bit so we have some room. And let's extrude out a couple times. Very minimal here though, for now. Okay, I'm gonna extrude up here, delete. And let's bring this over. Just going to tweak some of these points in smooth mode. Okay, let's just move this over. And we should probably connect it, but let's first subdivide it. And let me just tweak this a little bit so it's a little closer to the reference. And this ankle needs to be shrunken down. Just going to tweak some of these lines here to make it a little closer. This needs a little bit of work here. Let's transform this so it's straight. Bring it down to the ground. It's a little bit platform-like, but it's okay for now. Just gonna just bevel this line here, bring it down. Okay, let's just bring this line down. And now I think I have to rebuild the leg here so I can connect both of them together. So I'm just going to delete some segments. Delete this and this. Same for this side. Okay. I'm going to combine these two meshes, and then I'm going to bridge the shoe with the leg. Let's turn symmetry off just to make sure it's okay, and bridge. Add a segment. Sorry, add a loop. And for some reason I have subdivide twice, so it's adding points. I'll get to that in a second. But for now, let's just tweak this The ankle is slightly too big, but we'll get back to it and fix it later. I'm just going to mirror this over. On second thought, it's not perfectly mirrored, so let's just fix this by deleting one side and mirroring the whole thing over. Just going to delete this for now. Still, the neck is not right, and I'll have to fix it later on once the head is connected. But just want to block this in for now, but I want to get some more loops down. Just going to tweak a little bit more. But first, let me just get some symmetry happening. Definitely the shoes need work. They're not blocked in yet properly. I'm just going to tweak some of these points just to block it in slightly better. Okay, that's good. Let's move to the next part, which is creating the hand. So I'm just dropping a cube down, and let's solo it, hitting Control 1, and I'm just going to bring this into a rectangle, and I'll add some segments for the fingers. Okay. Just going to, I'm going to block this in a little bit. And these will have to be extruded, each separately, so they're separated. And these will be our fingers. Okay, let's just do the thumb now. It's going to extrude this out and then bring this point down, bring these up, and then extrude the side. Let me just straighten this out, and then I will extrude the side up here to the thumb. And then tweak some of these faces here. Extrude in. Okay. Now I just subdivide it just so I get some more points. Oops, I just deleted this by accident, so let me just bridge them together. And let's work on the finger, and then from this finger we will copy them over to the other holes. So I'm just going to rough this in, but I have the top of the finger here quickly. I'm just going to close it off. Just going to weld them together quickly. Let's make the nail quickly, just block it in, bring this line down. And I'm just going to bevel these lines and create more of a shape at the end of the nail. Just going to tweak these points so they're a little closer together. Okay, let's make the nail now. I'm just going to rotate this. Great. Just going to tweak some of these points here. Good. So these need to be beveled too, just so I have some more lines to work with to give a little bit different variation to the finger. Just going to bevel this. Okay, it's a bit dramatic, but it's good for now. Okay, now we're going to have to copy this finger over. So I'm just going to duplicate the faces, and then I'll duplicate this by hitting Control D, and I'm just snapping the pivot point to the point of the hand. I'm going to have to straighten out these lines, so I'm just going to transform this loop. And now I have to resize these fingers. I'm just going to reset this gizmo and bring it over here. Okay. The thumb needs a little bit of work. And it's very flat, this hand. But we'll work on that. Okay, let's combine all of these meshes now and connect it all together by bridging these segments together here. Just going to weld them together. Whoops. Okay, here we go. And let's merge these 2 points together here. Good. Let's connect these together by, I'll just weld them together again. Okay, let's just merge this point here. Okay, same for this finger. Just going to weld these points to finish it off. Okay, good. A very flat hand. All right, let's tweak some of the thumb area here. Just tweak the points. The thumb needs to come up a little bit too, but let's get this curve correct. And just add a little bit of dimension, volume to the hand. Just creating a nail here for the thumb. And a little bit of some shape here. Definitely too big in the middle right now. Just have to bring it down. Okay, thumb looks a bit small, but fix it later. Just block in the nail. Just going to bevel these edges here. Let's bevel this. And just add a little bit more shape. I'm just going to tweak these points. Still needs work, but good for now. Okay. Let's create the nail now and rotate. Okay, let's tweak some of these points. Just want to make it slightly bigger because it's very small. It's also a little bit too low, so I'm going to have to change that. So now I'm just going to separate the thumb because it should be a little bit rotated. So I'm going to rotate it because the nail should be slightly facing up. So I'm just going to change the pivot. So I can rotate it just one segment kind of around so the segments kind of line up, and then I'll have to weld them together again. Okay, that looks a little better. Just going to combine the meshes and then weld them together now. And let's merge those. Merge these 2 points. Okay. Good. Just going to tweak some of these points so the flow is a little bit better. Okay. Good. Let's change some of this shape by just hitting soft surface, and I'm just gonna slightly move this into a little bit rotation, a little bit of scale. Let's add some more dimension now to the palm. Tweak some of these points. This is a bit too far out. I'll bring it back in. Next, we have to create some more segments in between the fingers. And I'm going to have to actually retopologize this, but let's delete this line first so we can get in and we can create some segments in between the fingers. So I'm just going to go to Insert Edge Loop. Okay. And I'm just going to add an edge loop there, there. Oops, and here. Yep. Good. Here and yeah. Perfect. Now I'm just going to grab the multi-cut tool and just connect some of these segments together. Oh, it looks like I have subdivide on again, so it's adding a point. Subdivide is on 2. I keep on forgetting to delete that or change it to 1. Anyways, it's fine. We can always delete the points after. Just going to delete these points and tweak some of these points so they're a little bit closer to the shape of the fingers. It's a little bit too in on some of these fingers. It needs a little bit of work, but it's fine for right now. At least we have the segments in between the fingers, so that'll work well. And then we can fix the topology later. It's going to delete some of those points that subdivision added. And now we're going to need another segment across the palm here and the top of the hand. So I'm just going to draw it in. Okay, let's just change this back to 1. Okay, now it's going to be correct. I'm just going to connect these together using the multi-cut tool, and let's connect this with the palm. Yeah, so we've got a full loop around. Good. Now I'm just going to tweak some of these points here to give some more shape to the palm. Still, it's definitely less flat, but still it's a bit too flat. So we'll get to that. There's some, not the topology here needs work too. This isn't right, but we'll get back to that later. I just want to block this in, the knuckles here quickly, and let's get rid of these segments. Okay, so we can get a circle. Get ready to put this on our arm. Make sure that we have 16 edges. And we do. I'm just going to straighten this out and transform it. Good. I'm just going to rough it in. Obviously, we'll need a lot of work to this when we get it closer to the hand, but this is good. This is good for now, until we see the shape of the arm. But let's get the topology correct around the wrist, so it's exactly 16 segments. I'm just going to kind of close this off here, but I need a line to see where that line should be. So I'm just going to do that first and then delete. So let's straighten this out and then and here are the extra points here. I'm just going to delete them. And I'm going to do the same to the top of the hand. So I'm going to delete these lines now. Just so I can see what's happening with the topology. And then rebuild it. Good. Next, now I'll just lock this off here. Delete these lines. Okay, and now we have less segments on the wrist. I have to do the same to the other side now. Delete these. Okay, good. Great. Let's connect these two and this one. Okay, I think we're good for now. Just going to close this up too. Back to what it was. Okay, good. And let's bring the hand back up to the wrist and see what else we need to do. It's a bit big. I'm just going to position it in the right place. We're going to have to rotate it the other way, but for now, let's just get it over here, and then we'll rotate it down. But first, let me get the volume correct and the segments correct. So let's see what's happening here. I'm just going to delete this. Delete these. I think I need some more segments here. Let me see. Yeah, now we have 16. Sorry, we had 14 before. I'm just going to make it 16 and get ready to bridge it. But let me get the volume a little bit better on the arm. We need some more bicep here. We need definitely some more arm. It's way too not enough volume in the arm right now, even though there's going to be some clothing. I think we still need to increase the volume. So I'm just going to select these faces and tweak the scale of the arms. Okay. Let's try to match it here with the reference. It's a little bit closer. And I think before we bridge these two together, I have to fix the topology of this hand here, which I forgot actually, but I'm just going to quickly do it so we don't have any five-sided polygons here, that they're all four. So I'm just going to create some more segments. And this is good because this will give us some resolution to work with the knuckles. Okay, good. Great. Just going to tweak some of these points here. Good. Okay. Okay, we're getting closer now to joining these two, the hand and the arm. Just going to do a little bit more tweaking here. Okay, so I need to subdivide the body now, so I'm going to do it. So I have the 16 on the wrist, so I have 16 on the hand, and I'm just going to rotate the hand now and get it ready to bridge it over. I'm just going to try to line it up as best as I can. I'm just going to tweak some of this arm now so it's more in line with the drawing. Let me just smooth this out because it's a little wonky, so I'm just using the smooth tool here. These are a little bit too far in. I'm just going to tweak them back out so the fingers are not so squished on in the middle. Good. Still, the arm feels a bit like it needs volume, so I'm just tweaking here a little bit. Trying to smooth these out here so it's a little more accurate. It's better. Okay, I think we're very close now to connecting both of them together. It's going to add a little bit more volume here. And I'll select both meshes, combine. And then I will bridge these two loops together. And we have a connection. Okay, let's just tweak this a little bit so it looks more realistic. Still needs some work here in the arm. I'm just going to delete some of these segments and just add some edge flow. So I'm just tweaking the hand a bit so it's a little bit more realistic, adding volume and making the shape less awkward. I'm just bringing these points in, making the hand shape fit the arm more, basically. Okay, great. I think still the wrist needs to be slightly, or the arm needs a little bit more volume, but we'll leave it at that. And we'll get ready for the head. But let's first delete one side and mirror again, just so we know that it's perfect. And we have the hand on the other side, obviously, too. I'm just going to bring this pivot to the front. And make sure that it's right in the center. I'm just going to transform the middle line to the center quickly. Okay, it was already in the center, but just to make sure. And now I'm going to mirror it over and turn off cut geometry, and now I have this. Great. Let's delete these segments. And now we have this. Still the neck isn't right, but it's good enough to get the head on. So let's import the FBX from part 1 and bring the head up here. And let's scale the head properly. So I don't think in part 1 I even had a reference scale. I just started in. So let's try to scale the head properly. I'm just going to put the pivot point on the neck here and bring it to the body neck, and let's scale it now. Let's bring up our views and match it to our reference. I think I have to bring the pivot point to the chin, actually. I can match it better that way. Let's bring this back in our side view, profile view. Okay, and let's bring the body back so it's matching. All right, next let's fix some of the head here. It's a little bit wonky on the neck, so I'm just going to tweak some of the head neck area. Let's delete some of these faces so we have some room to connect the neck. Still, we gotta tweak some. We gotta fix this this head a bit so it's curving a lot more inward, like the drawing here. There we go. Better. Just gonna delete this actually. Don't need it anyways. And then we can work with connecting these two together. So let's just tweak some of these points here. Okay, let's bring this point down and let's solo the head so I can see something, and bring this down. And let's straighten this out, and it looks like I'm just going to add some segments here because we still don't have enough. We need 60, so I'm just going to add some segments here and then create a circle. Let's bring back the body now, delete these faces, and connect these two together now. Now let's kind of tweak the neck here and flesh it out so it's similar to our drawing. I'm just going to tweak some of these segments. I think in the next video when we get to UVing, that I will work on the neck a bit and some other typology issues. But I think this is good for part 2. We have a body, we have a head. No clothes yet, no UVs, but we're getting closer. I'm just going to just tweak this forehead a bit because it's a little awkward. Okay, good. These arms are still need a little bit more volume. Just gonna bring them up. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in part 3.